Hello folks, Mr. Reese here, giving you another installment on the lamp project. I've actually redesigned what I had originally, printed out a new one, and it looks like it's going to work. And later today I'm probably going to take it over and actually attach it to the mill. If you'll recall, there's the original design. We had a couple of issues with that design, namely it warped and this edge was rounded. Also, the square hole was not large enough for the wires to pass through, and this hole right here was not the correct distance from the center line, so this would be centered on the quill that runs through the center. Now I will click on the redesign part. And so this was my redesigned part. And you can see that I had some material that I thought was a little bit extra, so I took it out. I also printed this on a raft. This was some additional material that was printed on the bed so it would not warp. And you can see that my lights fit in there really nice. These will be attached via hot glue. And then I've got some insulation, some shrink wrap that will go on these wires, and it will hook up to the power supply. Now this hole right here, we're going to have a 1/4 inch bolt that goes up through that hole and attaches to the mill. So all in all, we've got a much better part than we had the first go around. Wires fit better, our dimensions are correct, and all that's left is to actually attach it and try it out, which I will be doing soon. Hello folks, Mr. Reese here over at the milling machine, and I've got the lamp attached to it, and it's actually working out pretty good, but there are going to be a few adjustments that need to be made. So I'm going to move the camera around so you can see what we've done. I'm also going to turn the phase converter on so I can get power to the mill and you'll actually see it lit up. So here we go. First of all, you can see the part is attached with a piece of threaded rod. It goes into the boss, and this screw holds the lamp in place. Now, if you look underneath, you can see the LED light rings around the spindle. And on the back side, you can see where the wires come through. And right now, I've got them temporarily attached to the power supply. And I've got some heat shrink tubing. This is called heat shrink tubing. When I heat it up, it'll suck down and get smaller and go around the wires. So you can see how much light we have right now on this block of aluminum and this cutter. Now I'm going to turn on the milling machine and plug in the lamp, and you will see a difference in the brightness around the tool and around the work. So right now you can see there's a huge difference in the amount of light. It's going to make it a lot nicer to work on this machine. However, we're not quite done because there's a little bit of an issue. If you look at the lamp right here, it's tight up against the spindle, and over here I've got about 100 thousandths of space. So basically what I need to do is I need to shift the lamp in that direction. And to do that, the distance between the center of the spindle and this threaded rod, the center of that hole, I'm going to shrink that distance. Actually, am I going to shrink it or I'm going to expand it? Because I want the part to move this way, so I'm going to shrink the distance. And I said I had about 100 thousandths on this side, so I'm going to shrink it by about 60 thousandths, and that should move the whole lamp to the right enough where it's not rubbing the spindle. And you can see the lamp move just a little bit because of how tight it is on this side. And you can see that there's some space on that side. So the next installment will be to make another lamp with this space between the rod and the middle of the spindle. I'm going to shrink it by about 60 thousandths and see if I can hit it where this lamp is directly centered around the spindle. All right, that's it for today. You guys have got to log in and do some work. You've got to get your assignments done. You need to be logging in every day and doing some work. I'm not putting a ton of stuff up there, but you got to do it so you can get that pass, or you can take a grade, because you don't want to get withdrawn from the class. Anyway, hope you're doing well, and I guess I'll see you in August. Peace out.